Hello, my name is Jacob Gago. I recommend while you watch this video, you grab a cup of tea. What's up, guys? My name is Jacob Gago. I appreciate you guys stopping by today. Great video today. Before we go on with what we're going to talk about, just a recap. Last week we talked about finding your passion. If you missed that video, you should find it down there in the description. And today we're going to talk about, is giving up really an option? Okay? Now, why do we even give up in the first place? Like, what is it that triggers us? Is it internal locus of control, where we feel like it's internally us that have the control of what happens to us in the life? Or is it external, where we think that it's other things out there in the world that have control over us? Well, I'm that person, maybe in the middle, but more towards internal locus of control. I feel like mostly everything that happens to me is my own fault, okay? Now, to some people, they're like, no, that's not true. Maybe the government says everybody got to do this. Now, those things, yes, are external. But for the most part, even scientists have said that almost 90% of the things that happen to us is our fault, and 10% really isn't. So it must show that it's our decisions that really matter what happens to us. So what am I saying here today? Well, first ask yourself, why do you even want to give up? Like, is it because you're not getting the results you want? You've been doing this for such a long time. You've been persistent, you've been patient, you've been praying to God on your knees, crying, and you feel like He's not even hearing you. But why do you even want to give up? Is that all the reasons? Well, let me tell you something. I was actually yesterday with Kanye West's producer, and he was telling me how, while he was even going up, becoming famous, he was like, he's been through so much discouragement, he felt like quitting up in this. But just like what we talked about last week, about the passion, if you really have a passion for something, right, why do you want to give up then? If it's really your passion, trust me, if you know that you found your right passion, you wouldn't even want to give up, because it's just this is it. So here's the solution for me, okay? If I know I want to give up, okay, whenever I feel like that, and we're a human being, but I know first of all I won't give up, but whenever I feel down, per se, right, I ask myself, what could I do about it? How could I make my situation better? And I go do it. Now that's the part where a lot of people don't like to hear. They just want to hear the good stuff, like you can make it, this. But guess what? Yes, you could make it, but you got to put in the work, okay? Now, a lot of Christians, per se, they think, oh, just because I'm Christian, God's going to give it to me. No, okay? Even the Bible says faith without works is dead, okay? So that means you got to put in some work. So all I'm trying to say is put in the work, figure out what your passion is. You want to be a musician, okay? Figure out what you got to do to get to that competitive level, okay? And believe it or not, if you want to put in the work, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to put in late nights, okay? And I'm not saying that's for any field, but for the most part, you're going to have to put in the work. It's not going to be easy. I know some people don't want to hear this, but too bad. It is what it is. That's why you're in the same circle as you are. You have to put in the work, and you're going to have to put up going to clubs, going to all this, hanging out with friends. You're going to lose friends, like I said. You're going to gain friends. But, hey, in the end of the day, you're putting in the work for your passion, okay? So just to recap today, find your passion. If you could look at the last week's video for that, find your passion and figure out what you got to do about it, okay? Whenever you feel like you want to give up, figure out how to do a better way out of it. That's the best thing I could tell you. All right, guys? Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please share these videos with your friends. And definitely, I will see you guys next week. Peace.
Jacob Gago.